Alright, using the distance formula, we're going to do this example, and I'm going to write like a step-by-step guide that you can follow to be able to do these type of question. So, first step is that you have to label the variables. So if you're watching at home, I would copy this down in your notes in your book, so you've got a copy of this. So label the variable is the first step. So that means, you know, hopefully in the video you saw that the first point you label it x1, y2, the second point you label it x2, y2. So in a coordinate, the first one's always the x coordinate, the second one is always the y coordinate. And then we just label 1 for the first dot, 2 for the second dot, etc. So this one is obviously going to be x1, so -2. So let me do an arrow just to make it really obvious. So this one is x1. This is a y coordinate, and it's the first dot, so it's y1. This is the x coordinate, and it's the first dot, a second dot, so I would put a 2 there. And then this is the y coordinate, and it's the second dot, so it's y2. So step 1 is done. Label the variables. Done. Okay, now step 2 is copy out the formula. So copy formula, and I always like to have it right in front of me. So if you're writing in your book and it's not right in front of you, I always like to copy it down just so I can like easily copy it down the next step. So D, so all I am doing is copying this formula over here. D is, make sure you've got enough space, x2, x1 squared. Now make sure you have those brackets, they're important, just in case they're negative numbers. Alright, so you need to copy the formula. Done. Alright, step 3. Substitute values in. So all you have to do is have a look at the formula, so my D equals, and substitute those values in. Alright, let's start with the bracket, x2. So over here, I've got my x2. So basically I put in my x2. Do you see that x2? So my answer is 3. So instead of x2, I'm going to put a 3 in there. I'm substituting those correct values. Now, the equation says that you have to have a minus, so you need to put a minus there. Alright, let me use a different color highlighter so you can make it obvious. Alright, next one, I'm going to have a look at my x1, which is this one. So it's -2, so make sure you write -2. Okay, we'll expand that in a second. So plus, bracket, my y2, well, what's my y2? Let me use a different color to show you. Let's do green. My y2 is what I want to write there, which is this one over here. Let me just highlight it underneath so it's just a little bit easier to see. Let's see if I can get rid of this. So I'll just highlight a little bit underneath. Alright. Okay, so my y2 was 4. Alright, there's a minus there. So make sure you put a minus there. My y1, let's do grey. So my y1 is going to be this one, 1. So I'm going to put a 1 there. Close the bracket, square. All I have to do is now just solve it. Right? So my big square root, let's have to solve the inside of the bracket. 3, take 2, so that minus turns into a positive. So it's 3 plus 2, which is 5. I've got 4 take 1, which is 3, so it's just 3 squared. Now I should be able to keep doing this. So 5 squared, 5 times 5 is 25. 3 squared, which is 3 times 3, is 9. Right, if I keep going, 25 plus 9, that is 34. So that's it. The distance between A and B is 34 units. Now, because I didn't specify like centimeters, meters, anything, and it's a length, we do have to write units. And that's it.